Good morning and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am Castle Keeper Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today's video is going to be a continuation of my character class spotlights. And today I'm going to be taking a look at the Archer. So very well timed because one of my subscribers actually mentioned in a previous video that one of his players is playing an archer, and he really likes the unique aspects of this character class. So this will be my first time digging through it and taking a in-depth look at it. So without further ado, let's jump right into the archer class for Castles and Crusades. Let's make sure that I'm in the right spot. And yes, sorry about that. So, the Archer is an intelligence based character class, quite interesting. Amidst the wreck and ruin of sword and axe, the battlefields carpeted with iron helms, shields, and mail, there are those who set themselves apart. They strike fear into all professional soldiers, for they can lay low even the greatest of captains with a single shaft or bolt. They can arm themselves with ease and deliver death from afar. The archer is loved by their comrades and feared by their foes, for in him is a hopelessness in death and loss that cannot be avenged. The archer is a warrior class who has devoted their life to the study of archery. His skills allow him to shoot faster and farther than any other with a bow or crossbow. Like the fighter, they come from all walks of life, but are more commonly found in the yeoman class. Knights and paladins may decry the bow, but the archer makes themselves one with it. They do not view it as a weapon that keeps them from engaging the enemy or as something that keeps them safe from harm. No, they see the bow or crossbow as a shield, one that protects through slaying the evil, what evil lies before them, long before that evil may bring harm to others. It is a messenger with only one message: death. Both their temperament and skills set the archer apart from other warriors. Patient in battle, aware of the world unfolding around them, and watching their targets from afar, all give the archer a calmer demeanor. They are unafraid of the death they deal. Where a fighter may wantonly slay a foe while never knowing who it was, the archer often sees their target as an individual, as a living, breathing creature. His focus allows him to see the sweat upon the creature's brow. Archers serve kings and princes, mercenary lords, ship captains, and others. They roam as champions of the downtrodden and protectors of the weak. They hunt on their own terms, seeking no payment from the world other than that delivered to them from a feathered shaft. They never shy from combat, but have long since mastered the arrow and bolt as their messengers, and with these lay to rest the high and low alike. An archer has little need of armor. In fact, wearing heavy armor or using a shield makes wielding a bow that much more difficult. They generally shy away from it. For this same reason, they do not use pole arms or two handed weapons, as they are bulky, playing havoc with a quiver and impeding their ability to quickly bring their bow to bear. Archers are able to manufacture their own bows, arrows, crossbows, and bolts so long as the materials are readily available. Archery. These are their abilities. An archer is able to use the environment to their advantage by firing with the wind and leading targets and using their natural aptitude to shoot an arrow or bolt greater than normal distances. This ability allows them to double the effective range of bows or crossbows. Wow, that's huge. Shooting thus requires increased concentration, and they cannot utilize dual shots while performing archery. Boyer and Fletcher. This is an intelligence based skill. If the archer has a knife and hatchet, as well as accessories to the necessary materials, they are able to repair or manufacture a bow, bowstring, or an arrow, and the weapon services the archer without penalty. However, if the archer does not have the necessary material or the materials are scarce, they must make a successful intelligence check. If they fail, they cannot make the weapon. If they succeed, they repair or manufacture the weapon. However, the bow suffers a -1 to hit, a -100 feet in range, and a -1 to damage. Mounted archery. The archer is able to fire from a horse unimpeded. The horse has to be trained by the archer or at least familiar with the rider who guides the horse with their legs. The archer cannot fire curved shots nor perform the archery skill while mounted and in motion. They can, however, utilize dual shots. Weapons training. An archer gets a +1 to hit and a +1 to damage with any bow or crossbow. Improved initiative. At second level, if the archer has a bow or crossbow in hand and arrow or bolt knocked, an archer gains a +4 to their initiative roll. Dual shots. At level 4, an archer is able to shoot 2 arrows per round without penalty from any type of bow except a crossbow. They can choose multiple targets to shoot at. Incapacitate. Intelligence. At level 5, an archer is able to incapacitate an opponent upon a successful called shot. Called shots may only be made if the archer takes the time to aim and fire. The attacker must remain stationary in their firing stance for 1 full round before making their called shot. The archer must score to hit roll upon the target and make a successful intelligence check for the incapacitated to succeed. I got to pause for a second. Okay, sorry about that. Had to double check. Let's see. So if successful, let's see where I left off. I'm sorry. The attacker must remain stationary in their firing stance for 1 full round before making their called shot. The archer must score a 2-hit roll upon the target and make a successful intelligence check for incapacitating to succeed. If successful, the arrow strikes the victim in such a way as to temporarily incapacitate the target. For instance, the arrow may have severed a nerve in the leg or arm, forcing the target to fall to the ground or drop their weapon. The target is physically incapacitated for 2 rounds. They cannot act offensively, though they can still speak, crawl, etc. Any attack made against them are made at a +5. Sense arrow. At 7th level, the archer is able to sense an arrow coming at them. Sense arrow allows them to intuit the telltale signs of an arrow or bolt being fired. The terrain around them may be ideal for a shot. The slight sound of the bow bending, the twang of the string, the arrow flying. This sense increases their AC against an arrow or bolt being shot at them by +1 for every 3 levels, i.e. +1 for level 7, +2 for level 10, and to a maximum of +5 total. The archer cannot use dual shots during the attack. Curved shot is an intelligence-based ability. At 10th level, the archer has mastered the bow to such an extent that they are able to twist the string in such a way that the arrow can shoot around an obstacle such as a tree or shield. A full round of concentration is required to take a curved shot. The curved shot negates any armor class gained by cover or a shield to include any magical bonuses. The archer cannot utilize dual shot while using this ability. They cannot shoot around corners or strike objects outside of the archer's line of sight. So here we get to the stat block. So archers are their prime attribute is intelligence. Their alignment is any. They use a D8 for hit die. Their weapons are all bows, all crossbows, and one-handed weapons. They can wear leather armor, padded armor, hide, studded leather, chain, scale, or ringmail. Their abilities, I've already gone through those already. As you can see, their basic 2 hit begins at level 2 and it goes all the way through up to a positive 11. So adding 1 2 hit bonus per level beginning at level 2. And so there we have it. So there we have the archer class here. And I certainly see that there are some, things that are, really, really different than what I've seen in other game systems. Requires concentration for a lot of their abilities, so that's pretty unique in that obviously their concentration could get broken, and so they don't get off the specialty shots that they're looking to do. um, and it does. One argument that was made about all of the classes that are in the adventurer's backpack is that they're very niche. All right, and I don't have a problem with that because um, I think it's really interesting to play character classes or character races, let's say, that are very niche. They're very, they come off in a negative way as being like very one dimensional, like they can only do that one thing really well, and then they don't contribute in any other way. And I tend not to think that way. What I like to think of is that, if you could do something like one way really well, um, then you're going to be intelligent enough. And remember, this is a prime requisite of intelligence here. Your character should be intelligent enough to try to make themselves useful in a number of situations. All right, and to constantly look to see, well, how can I capitalize on the situation that we're currently in? Which one of my abilities, can I utilize here to make myself most effective in this new situation, perhaps? And so I don't have that negative view that these some niche class is not a it's not a useful class to have, especially if you have a fairly large party. Then you have much more flexibility as to what those other classes are that are in the mix, and and you could really create an interesting dynamic, a party dynamic with some of these, very unique niche classes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed reading through it and seeing what those abilities are. I mean, as you can see, I mean, there was a few where I was like, wow, that's pretty powerful. That's a really effective. That power shot that they had, the focus shot, was really quite impressive. And so, yeah, I mean, that's what I really like about Castles and Crusades is that they have a different twist to some of these classes, and they're not always as straightforward as they seem to be. And the archer is another one that just shows you you're not just good with a bow. You can do a lot of pretty unique things with a bow, and that's what's cool about this. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining. Questions and comments are certainly welcome. As you can see, My subscribers are coming in on these Castles and Crusades videos and dropping these little tidbits of information and experience that I'm really looking forward to seeing along the way. And that's what this channel has always tried to focus on, is to have you come in and feel welcome to leave your comments in there. And I always try to respond to the comments. And so far, the comments have been very, very useful for me to then take a look at what you're saying and then apply it to the next video. Or, it just so happens that we've been on pace pretty much. And that's something that I'll do right now is I will tell you the next class that I will be covering for Thursday's video. So Thursday's video will be the Divine Knight. And one thing I'm really interested on doing is comparing the Divine Knight to the Paladin, let's say. So we'll see how they kind of compare. So as always, thanks for joining. Enjoy the rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you on the gaming screen sometime soon, in person at a convention, even more preferable. And as always, remember to like, subscribe, and share these videos out there, and comment, comment, comment. Love reading your comments. And whether I agree with them or not doesn't even matter. I just love reading your comments so that I can further continue to provide you with the content that you're looking for. So have a great day. Take care.